I like to eat. I really like to eat good food. And I wasn't really eating my food. Hi there, welcome to my channel, Flourishing Fancy. On this channel, we talk about lifestyle, self-improvement, and anything chit-chat. So today, I wanted to discuss how I found out that I had fibroids. I found out accidentally that I had fibroids, which I never knew before. So it all started on a Friday. I remember I was home eating takeout, and all of a sudden I just started having these really intense stomach pains that I honestly had never felt before. And I didn't think anything of it. I was like, well, maybe it's the food that I'm eating. I haven't had this food in quite some time, and maybe my body is just, I don't know, adjusting or rejecting the food. So I didn't think much of it. Saturday comes around. I remember I had brunch on Saturday. Once again, as I was getting ready, this weird pain just started coming. And I honestly would describe it as somebody taking your insides and just squeezing it and just twisting it, just like, And so it would come and then it would go. And I have a high tolerance for pain. So I really didn't think much of it. I'm just like, every time it came, I'm like, okay, get through it, get through it, get through it. And then it would go. But anyways, and I'm the type of person where if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. So I had a brunch to attend, and I really wanted to get cute. So I was like, okay, let me, I had my outfit ready, everything was ready, and I know I was gonna look so good. I was not gonna let this pain stop me. So I got ready, got dressed, went to brunch. The pain was coming and going, coming and going. And I remember at brunch, I had salmon and potatoes, which is not something that would upset my stomach. So I was like, okay, I don't think it's the food that I'm eating, but I still don't know what it is. But anyways, I'm like, I gotta live my life. So Saturday night comes, the pain is there, the pain is gone, the pain is there, the pain is gone. And then all of a sudden it changed. I started to feel nauseous, and that's when I knew I had a problem. So Saturday night, I remember before bed, I started to feel very nauseous, and I felt as if I was going to vomit, and my mouth started to water, and I was like, oh, this is not good. This is not good. I need this to go away. So then I went to bed. I'm not gonna say I didn't think much of it, but I was like, okay, my symptoms are changing, and they're not changing for the better. It's getting worse. So I was taking mental note of that. But Sunday I had brunch to go to, and I didn't want to say, hey, I'm gonna cancel, because I just hate to be that person that has to cancel. So I remember getting ready Sunday morning, and I'm a scheduler, so I had my whole day planned out ahead of me. So I was gonna go to brunch, then I was going to go get my groceries for the week, and then I was going to head home and do some work that needed to be done. So we're at brunch, and I'm telling her, I'm like, yeah, you know, something is weird has been going on with my body. And of course, this is during C19 times. I don't really want to say the word. And so she was telling me how her symptoms when she had it. And I'm like, well, I know this isn't that, you know, but I don't know what it is. And of course, I wasn't going to look up any of my symptoms through WebMD or anything like that, because the way my mind works and the way WebMD works and Google works, it just would not be a good combination. So I was like, I'm gonna stay away from that. So during brunch, I started to also get nauseous, and I'm telling her my symptoms, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me. And I like to eat. I really like to eat good food. And I wasn't really eating my food. And I was kind of just like playing it easy. And she's like, I think you need to go to urgent care. And I was like, I don't really want to. I don't really think it's that bad. She's like, no, I think you should go to urgent care. I'm gonna take you to urgent care. So we ended brunch early, and she took me to urgent care. So I got to urgent care, and the doctor was like, well, where's the pain? And I'm like, my stomach, all over. He goes, so it's no specific region that you have more pain than other? And I'm like, all of it hurts. What's wrong with me? Just fix me, man. I got things to do. And so he did his examination, and it turned out I had more pain on the left side as opposed to the right side. So every time he, you know, would touch it, it was a little bit more tender. I'm like, sir, slow down. I already told you I'm in pain. I don't need you to make it worse. So he's like, I don't know what's wrong with you, but I think you really need to go to the ER due to where your pain is localized. So you need to go to the ER. And I was like, I kind of got things to do. I gotta go grocery shopping and I gotta go home and work. I've been having this pain all weekend. Like, what difference does today make? And he looked at me like pretty crazy and I was like, for real, I got things to do. He goes, for real, you need to go to the ER. And I'm like, oh, fine. So I left urgent care and I went grocery shopping. And then I went home so that I can go to the ER. But once I got home, I had to change my clothes, everything like that, put on something a little bit more comfortable. But once I got home, I had to take a nap. I had to take a nap because I was so drained, but I don't know why I was so tired. Like, I was exhausted. Like, I physically could not make it to the ER without taking a nap. And I remember I called my mom and I think I called my sister. I'm like, yeah. So also speaking was kind of difficult for me to do. Like, I would have to take breaks. I would say a couple words and have to pause and take a deep breath and, you know, continue. So I went home, took a nap to gain energy, and then I went to the ER. So finally, when they saw me, they ran a whole bunch of tests. I remember it was literally like the middle of the night by the time I made it. I was actually admitted into the ER. It was the middle of the night. And mind you, I got there at like 7 p.m.-ish. I did not get into the ER until like 1 p.m. So I was like, or 1 a.m. So, or 12 a.m., whatever, around that time. And I just remember I was just so tired. And they were just running tests on me left and right. I remember I had to drink a fluid to do some tests. CT scan maybe? I don't remember which test it was. But I had to do that, and they did several others. And they did my blood work. And I remember it was around 5 a.m. in the morning. And the doctor came in and she's like, we don't know what's wrong with you. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know what's wrong with me? After you guys did all that stuff, you don't know what's wrong with me? After seeing me literally here in pain, you don't know what's wrong with me? I was like, I don't know what's wrong with me either. But, so she came, she's like, yeah, we don't know what's wrong with you. So we're gonna discharge you and I recommend that you take pain medication. And I was like, okay. And then she goes, but you have a lot of fibroids. And I was like, oh. Okay. Like, it wasn't, like, when she said that, I was just like, huh. Okay, it just wasn't what I was expecting to hear. Like, I was expecting to hear a solution. Like, okay, you came here with stomach issues. We ran these tests. This is what's wrong with you. This is the solution. Like, that's what I wanted to hear. And she was like, yeah, you have fibroids. And she said it more than once. But it was like the way that she said it that kind of got me off guard. Cause she's like, she said it with a look of concern and a look of fear. And the way she said it let me know that it was like really serious. She was like, no, you have a lot of fibroids. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't come here for that. But anyway, so I got discharged, went home, took some pain medication and kept it moving. But I did ask for a referral for a doctor that I could see in regard to these fibroids, because the way that she told me that I had fibroids really caused concern. It wasn't just like, hey girl, we don't know what's wrong with you, but you got fibroids. Okay, take some pain medication, you can go home and you're good to go. But the way that she said it caused fear and concern. And honestly, I knew what fibroids were, but I didn't know what they were because I never experienced them. I never knew that I had them. I never actually had a discussion with my doctor about fibroids and the possibility of me having them. Yeah, so I went home and kept it moving. So that's how I found out that I had fibroids, going to the ER for one issue and finding out that I had a completely different issue that I needed to take care of. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. See you on the next one.